Hi Year 5, we're going to learn how to do division. So if you're finding any of the division questions we set this week hard, now's your chance to find out how to do them. But we're going to use both the long and short method so that you can practice both methods with each question that you come across. So we're going to do 362 shared between 5. Okay, so it's a nice short question which you can do with a short division, but we will use the long division method as well to compare them. First thing you need to do with any division question is think about your times table. So here you can see I'm writing out the 5 times table. So we've got 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. And I suggest you always write them out. 35, 40, 45, 50, 55, 60. So always write them out unless you're really, really confident and you just know them instantly. I would click my fingers, but you're not there to do it for me, so I can't do it. So now we've got 5 as our divisor and our big number that we're dividing, 362 our dividend. And then we're going to say, how many groups of 5 are there in 3? If I've got 3 children, I don't think I've got any groups of 5. So I'm going to put 0. But I can't ignore that 3. I still need to use it. So I'm going to put it in the next column. So now, hopefully you can see that nice and clearly. Maybe you need to get a bit closer. You can see I've put the 3 next to the 6. So now it says 36. And so you say, right, how many groups of 5 are there in 36? Let's have a look. 5, 10, 15, 20, where's 36? I haven't got 36, but I've got 35. That's nearly 36. So 7, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 groups of 5 are 35. And then there's 1 left over because I've got 36. I'm going to put that into the next column. Now I'll say, how many groups of 5 are there in these 2 digits here, which is 1 and a 2, 12. How many groups of 5 are there in 12? There are 2 groups of 5. 2 times 5 is 10. But I've got 12, so that means I've got 2 left over. So I'm going to put remainder 2, R2, meaning remainder 2. Now I've got a nice big page because I'm going to also show this as long division. First of all, what does this mean? I've got 5 groups, also 72 groups of 5 in 362. So 5 times 72, 5 groups of 72 or 72 groups of 5, remainder 2. I've got a remainder 2, mustn't forget that, in 362. Let's look at that as a long division. So again, I'm going to start off the same way. And this time I'm going to use my numbers the way that they actually are. So I'm going to say, actually, that's not really 3, it's 300. And I'm going to remember that now. And this method is really, really useful when you get onto harder questions. So obviously we can use the short method for this. But if we do a longer, harder question with double digits as our divisor, we then need to start thinking about long division. So it's good to practice with a nice question like this. So how many groups of 5 are there in, what that actually represents is 300, not 3. How many groups of 5 are there in 300? Well, I can see that I haven't got 300 in this list, but that looks a little bit like 300 because if I make it 10 times bigger, then it would be 300. So 6 times 5, I'm going to use another colour. Okay, purple. 6 times 5 is 30. There it is there. Therefore, 60 times 5 is 300. And that's what I'm looking for here, 300. So I'm going to write 300. And I have used 60 times 5. I'm just going to write 60 times. Now I'm going to subtract. 2 take away 0 is 0. 6 take away 0 is... Oh, hold on. I've made a mistake. 2 take away 0 isn't 0. It's 2. That would be much better. 6 take away 0 is 6. And then 3 take away 3 is 0. I'm not even going to write my 0 because I can see here I've got, if I cross that out properly, 62 left over. So I've multiplied 60 times 5 is 300, and I've got 62 still to divide. So how many groups of 5 are in 62? Well, if I look along here, oh, actually it does get close to 62. 12 times 5, I'm going to put here, 12 times 5 is 60. So I'm going to use that. So 12 times 5 is 60. I'm going to put 12 times, so I remember I've used 12 times, is 60. Let's subtract. 2 take away 0 is 2 this time. 6 take away 6 is 0. So I've got 2 left over. How many groups of 5 are there in 2? There aren't any, so that's a remainder. What have I actually got as my answer? I've got 60. I've done 60 groups of 5, and I've done 12 groups of 5. So I'm going to add those two together, 60 and 12. I could do, because they're in a nice column, I could do a column addition. Or actually, I can do this in my head. 60 plus 10 is 70, plus 2 is 72. So it would be 72, and I mustn't forget my remainder 2. So you can see that I've got the same answer that I got using short division, and we've used a long division method.